Hey kids, Grandpa here. Hey, today we're going to have a blast from the past. I'm dusting off some of the footage we shot down in the British Virgin Islands when we were doing Travelers in Paradise. In this episode, which will be narrated by my daughter Lacey, you'll see us scuba diving in an area known as the Indians, which is a very common dive site down there. I wanted to bring this footage to you so you can get a kind of a feel for some of the stuff I plan on doing in the future, once we get on the boat this spring and start heading south. Anyhow, I hope you'll enjoy this. Please look at it, and if you like it, please do like and subscribe. You'll see more of this kind of stuff coming in the near future. Thanks.
As we dropped in on the north side of the Indians, we knew that we were in for a treat. Bright, colorful corals and an abundance of fish were waiting to greet us. Behind the yellow sea whip and in front of the fan coral, you can see the tail of a trumpet fish sticking out. Trumpet fish can grow to 2.5 feet in length, and they float vertically in the water, trying to mimic things like this yellow sea whip. These are blue chromuses. These pretty blue fish are often found in saltwater fish tanks. Here on the reef, though, they swim right above the surface of the corals in large schools hunting for plankton. While scuba diving, it's awesome to look at all the pretty fishes, but it's also pretty cool to do your part to help scientists gather information that they can use. Reef.org is a foundation that links the diving community to scientists and conservationists through marine life data collection, such as fish surveys. Fish surveys is where divers can collect information on fish species and numbers of fish that they see while diving. Now here's the blue chromuses, but if you look at the bottom right corner of the screen, there's a twiggy thing, and that is an arrow crab. Pretty rare little thing to see. The striped fish is a juvenile princess parrotfish, and this is a yellow goatfish. In the Caribbean, you don't include mollusks in your fish surveys, but this is a great example of a flamingo tongue and the feeding tracks that he leaves on the fan corals. A lot of times when divers see these, they think they're seeing a pretty spotted shell. What they don't realize is that this is actually his mantle that he's pulled across himself to build his shell. So then when the flamingo tongue is disturbed or dies, the mantle comes off and you're left with a plain, nondescript, creamy shell. Here's more blue chromuses, and the black and white ones are juvenile princess parrotfish. The bottom left-hand side of the screen are four-eyed butterfly fish. Butterfly fish mate for life. See these little guys? They're related to sea bass. These are fairy basslets, and these little dudes love zooplankton. The big pretty blue guy is a blue tang. He's a member of the surgeonfish family, and that yellow mark on his tail is his scalpel. Here's some more fairy basslets, and just look at everything on this coral. The barracuda. The sign of a healthy reef is predators cruising around it. If the fish population isn't large enough to sustain predators, such as this great barracuda, the predators move on to other areas. See all the white stuff in the water? That's plankton. The plankton are blooming right now because a river down in South America washed out, causing all of its nutrients to be flushed out into the ocean, where the currents then brought it up here. And this guy, although he looks like a yellow goatfish, he's actually a yellowtail snapper. Look at all of these corals. Corals are actually living animals. They're not plants and they're not rocks. These shy beauties are banded butterfly fish. Cowfish are somewhat rare and rather shy. They feed on coral and shrimp. These are a pair of spiny Caribbean rock lobster. Unlike the more common Maine lobster, they have no claws. They are, however, a favorite meal of Carl, so we're not going to tell him about these two. We couldn't take them anyways, as the Indians is a protected park area and does not allow for any lobster harvesting or fishing here.
Well, there you have it, a little taste of what's yet to come. So there was a little quick dive around the Indians in the BVI. On our trip, we're going to be heading down from Alaska, down along the west coast, past Washington, Oregon, Canada, of course, and down to Mexico. And we hope to be doing some more scuba diving episodes when we get down to the Sea of Cortez down in Mexico, one of the best places to scuba dive in the world. So stay tuned. If you like this thing, please do like and subscribe. We certainly appreciate it, folks. You guys have a really good day.